Hello, what's up, guys? Well, back here, just bored on a Thursday night, so I just thought I'd come on and chat some MMA. So, yeah, if you're there and you want to chat anything, it's been a massive kind of day for the UFC, and especially with Conor saying he's back fighting um, January 18th, I think it is, next year. We have Nate Diaz in the last hour put a post on Twitter saying that he's not fighting Jorge Masvidal anymore next week, which is bullshit. Because obviously everybody wants to see Diaz against Masvidal. Bufo, what's happening, my man? Yeah, there is some shenanigans going down with UFC 244 next week. It looks like from seeing a few bits and pieces that Leon Edwards is probably going to jump in against Jorge Masvidal. Not a fight that many people kind of want to see, especially the people that have bought tickets from my side of the water who are going over there to America. I wonder if Nate is acting up. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I don't know. I hope that's the case. Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna go onto my YouTube channel so I can see the chat's a bit more clearer. Any bets this weekend? I've bet Benil Dariush. I've bet Evloev and Pavlovich in a parlay, which, thinking about now, I maybe jumped the gun on that a little bit too early, but it is what it is. It's locked in now. But yeah. What if today? Oh, sorry about that. Bit of noise there. I got Dariush at minus 138. I saw him at minus 127, but it was gone the time I went back and had a look. Not taking Maya. I am going to bet Maya. I'm just going to see if the line's going to get any better, personally. Because I don't even think he's minus 160 over here in the plus 160 over here in the UK. So, I'm just going to check the odds that right now, actually. I'd like to get that 160. I think he's only 140 is what I've seen Damian Maya. Yeah, plus 150 is over here. I'd like more than that, so yeah. Betting on a 41-year-old man. I'd rather bet him than bet Ben Askren, if I'm being honest with you. There we go. I can see the chart a bit bigger now. Any parlays? Like I say, Evloev and Pavlovich is my parlay of the week. I got them plus 142. So yeah, that's who I've got. I can't believe what kind of day we've had. Some days in MMA it's like so quiet. I was heading to work this morning. Obviously there was the McGregor press conference in Russia, which was just weird anyway, being in Russia. He was announcing it in Russia, and then he's coming out and saying that he's got a fight on the 18th. I went and asked a few people that know Conor a lot better than I do. Seems to me that it's going to be Donald Cerrone. That's who they're thinking. Yeah, like I say, what do I think about Conor coming back? As a fight fan, I obviously want him to come back and fight. As all the shenanigans that he's been doing outside the cage, I try not to take any notes of that. I don't condone any of it at all. Because whether it's true or it's alleged or what he's did, like I say, I wasn't there. I don't know the full story. I know that he did some stupid shit with like the dolly and stuff like that, and but I want Conor to be back doing what he does, and that's bringing a buzz to a big fight card over there, Vegas, New York, wherever it may be. That's the one thing that I said earlier on. I think the one thing that's been kind of missing about 2019 for me is like that massive fight feel. I don't think we've had that with any singular fight this year. There's been good fights, obviously, Whitaker, Adesanya, and so on, and Adesanya, Gastelum, but there's nothing that's like blowing the kind of doors off an event personally, but the McGregor ones do change. That might change because, like I say, it's been so long since he fought, a year ago or whatever. But before that, a couple of years, that maybe his popularity has kind of waned a little bit, but who knows? Diaz out of 244, might as well speak. Well, like I said, I think it's going to be. I'll speak out Conor a bit more. I think Conor. I'm happy to see him back, but I still don't think he touches obviously Khabib. But I don't think he touches. Well, doesn't touch Tony. I think he could give Gaethje a good fight. He could get knocked out. He could knock Gaethje out. So there is great fights there for him. But whether he wants to take those fights, I think he does. I don't think he backs away from any fighters. But yeah. It is what it is with that. I'm happy that Conor's back. There's a lot of people that's not, but I'm looking forward to seeing him back. Yeah, he says he's not fighting Masvidal. Masvidal's come out and says, I'll see you next week, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see about that. Does Qatar have a chance versus Zabit? I think if it was 5 rounds, he would have an absolute great chance. 3 rounds on Russia. I think he has to stop him. For me. Yeah. Don't want the Cowboy fight. I think it's the most logical fight. I think for him, if he wants to come back, he's going to sell. Cowboy's a massive, massive fan favourite. He's coming off a couple of losses, knocked out. There's needle between them that's happened in the past. I think it's the fight that'll be made. I just want to see him back fighting. I'd obviously love to see him against Gaethje, because Gaethje's come out and said that, look, I'm not going to take you down. I'm not going to submit you. I'm going to stand with you, which is obviously, if you stand with McGregor, you're in dire need of getting maybe knocked out. It could happen at kind of any time, but maybe he's waned a little bit, and McGregor hasn't got that aura that he once had, and that plus Gaethje's a fucking absolute savage anyway, so Gaethje wouldn't give 2 shits and come out there and just swing everything he's got and try and knock the dude out. So yeah, but so glad to see you continue doing this. Yeah, Jay, it's just one of the things. I think in life you go through some tough times, and I had a really tough time obviously with my family, my brother who got attacked by those guys with knives, and it kind of just I got in a little bit of a downer, and it's sometimes it just takes over your brain. It's like nobody's got kind of a bulletproof mind to kind of go through things. And then, like I say, sometimes I don't feel pressured, but like I've built up a nice following on here of like really good people that like listening to me, like watching my videos, and have done for a long, long time. And I'd feel a little bit sorry for the people that have really helped me, stuck with me over the years, to just flake out and go and not do it anymore. And I mean, it takes up a lot of time to do this now. I do love watching fights. But obviously I've got the MMA Huddle, which is something I'm a little bit committed to. But I am 100% committed to my channel. It's just I think I was going through a bit of a rough time. And a lot of people, like people that are in the chat or that have watched me, that send me messages and say, look, please don't stop. If you have to stop, then we understand why. But it's just that sometimes it gets tough. And it's a lot of time that I put in. I can't even remember the last time I missed a card on here. It's crazy. I maybe have to go back and look at that. I was actually counting that. I think it was last year. I think I'm coming up on 350 events that I've predicted, which is pretty badass when you look back at it. And like I say, when you see where I started from the first year, I think the very first year, from January to January, I had 5 subscribers. So in that first year, to go from 5 subscribers to over 3,000, it's pretty uncanny for me. It's like I never thought I'd get close to 1,000. So yeah, it's a lot of work. I love it, but just sometimes it can take over a little bit, and I've got other things to do as well. I'd love to do more videos. I look at guys out there who make YouTube videos, that make them on the daily. They do great graphics, they do this, they do that. I am dog shit with anything like that. So it's like I'm really not good with graphics. All I know is I can hit this button, I'm there, user there, I can talk. So yeah, but I like I say, 350 events I think I'm coming up on. It's crazy, and I like I say, it's just sometimes like, if you've been with me long enough, you've seen I've had hard times before when obviously I could have took a break after what happened with my little boy coming on 5 years ago now, where I lost him, and actually making videos helped me through that time. It took my mind off what had happened with obviously my partner. I had to look after my partner, but take my mind off what was going on with my personal life, and it took me away for half an hour, 45 minutes. And that's why the events were so, like, Anthony Pettis. I remember the Anthony Pettis Gilbert Melendez fight. Like, I think I was like, obviously a pay per view, so it was like 5-6 hours, whatever it was, and that just took my mind off everything. And I remember I got to speak to Anthony Pettis about this the following summer at International Fight Week, and he'd heard about my story through some friends at Rufus Sport that I speak to, and said he's going to be there. So, and his now fiance came and found me. I was wearing a Team Pettis shirt, went and spoke to Anthony for half an hour, 40 minutes, and Pettis spoke me through some things, and how I told him like how big his like win over Melendez was. It took my mind off it, and I was so happy for him. And so yeah, like I say, all in all, I'm really glad that I've got people like yourself that support me. And I know sometimes the negativity can sometimes weigh on you a little bit. I try and block it out. I've always been pretty good with blocking that out, but sometimes the negativity it can irk you a little bit. But I know who I am. I know I'm a fairly nice dude. That if you ever meet me, I'm a very, very quiet guy. I've met a few people actually from a YouTube channel. I've had a few people notice me here in Scotland, which is weird. I'm in my normal job, and I was like, dude, do you make the prediction videos? I'm like, yeah. And the funniest thing was when I went to Vegas for, was it 189, 196? No, it was the John Jones OSP fight. I can't remember that card. Cejudo and DJ, and people in a couple of people in Vegas was like, they noticed me, and that was like the weirdest thing ever. My fiance's next to me, and she's like, why are they stopping you and shaking your hand and stuff like that and speaking to you? And it was I was like, they watched my video, and I was like, no way. And I was like, yeah. So it's weird. It's weird. But I really enjoy meeting people that watch the videos, and I'm just a guy that likes watching the sport. So anytime that I can speak to fellow people who like talking about the sport, love watching the sport, it's all good for me. So yeah, sorry, I'm kind of badgering on a little bit, but did I hear Nate Diaz is out? I did, Jake. Did you hear about the natural? That's really sad. I actually got in from work, and a friend messaged me. It's like, Randy Couture's had a heart attack, and I was like, dude, that's. I was just listening to that guy at PFL last Thursday, not even a week ago, and he's had a heart attack. So hopefully, prayers go out to kind of Randy and his family. Hopefully, he pulls through that. We'll be watching Tyson Fury in WWE. I don't think I'll be watching it. Yeah, I don't think I'll be watching Tyson Fury. I think it's good for him that he's went over there, like him and Kane and all that guys. I think it's I've kind of waned back a little bit on watching WWE. I do like watching. I'm watching a little bit of AEW when I've got the time. But like I say, with the run of cards that we have, any free time that I've got, especially at this time of night, coming up to midnight, I'm usually watching fights. So I'm watching fights for UFC 244 to get ready to get the video out. So. Yeah, got to block the trolls. Yeah, that's true. Banned for life, like Pat Mayo. That's true. 197 it was. Yeah, for some reason I thought it was 196. What was 196? Oh, McGregor. Oh, it was McGregor and Diaz, wasn't it? So yeah, I'm a celeb. It was the weirdest thing though. It really was the weirdest thing being out there and people noticing you. But like I say, I was out. In fact, who was I out there in Vegas with for that? Dan Levy, half the battle. He was the guy that I met up in Vegas, and we watched that card in the arena, and different seats, but we spent a few days together, and really cool dude. One of the best guys betting wise, in my opinion, out there. Knows his shit. So yeah, the first fight I ever watched was Belfort and Eastman. What was yours? The very first one, and it's kind of easy to say, it was a Royce Gracie one. Was the first fight I ever seen. It was against, I think it was UFC, the one when he won his first UFC, and my dad, like I say, I think I've said this story before, but my dad's a boxing coach. He still coaches boxing for the national team here in Scotland for young kids coming through at a younger level. He's got a really good boxer coming through, so he's always been into combat sports. He was a boxer himself, did fairly well, won some fairly decent national level fights. But he's like a stickler. He's not the biggest fan of mixed martial arts, but he decided to watch it. I think I was 10 years old at this point, so it would be 1995, 1996. I was 10, 11 years old, giving my age away there. But found the tape, watched it, and instantly loved what I was seeing. My dad didn't really like too much because obviously it was a little bit of the Wild West back then, and there was stuff going on, and there was no rules and so on. So it was a little bit. It wasn't for him. I've tried to get him into it since, but it's not really. He likes boxing. He's into his boxing. So, but then I kind of went through. I played golf, did a lot of that, but always kind of kept an eye on MMA. And then it caught me again. I remember I was watching fights, and I was starting to get more into it. And then the Diego Sanchez and Clay Guida fight happened, and it instantly just sparked me. And I was like, oh my god, I cannot miss another fight after this. It might have been another one actually, but I remember seeing that and going nuts because Diego is, and still is to this day, my favourite fighter. So, yeah. Z's MMA, my man Z, he actually put out a video, guys. Z's been around for a few years. He kind of goes in and out making videos, but he's one of the guys that I really like listening to break down fights. He reached out to me through the week there and said maybe changing some things up, and it's something I might do in future things there. But he's got one up for, I think, I bet Hakeem and Julio Arce for next week. He's got himself a bet there. He's got a really nice video out with him chatting about that. So yeah, if you don't know who he is, you see him in the chat, hit the button, take you to his channel. He'll have videos on there. Hopefully it's something that he does on a regular basis and doesn't go away. But like I say, it's not the easiest thing to sit around and make videos, and people's got lives and they've got to run lives and run their own lives. So it's, but if you get the opportunity, go over there. And like I say, I'm all for supporting fellow predictors on here, because there's when you look at it, there's not many of us there. You've got your different people on here, your different personalities. Like I say, I'm a really laid back, quiet dude, very boring life, but I like it that way. I've got my dog around somewhere. I like spending time with the family, just like any kind of normal family guy would. Play a bit of golf, have a bet, play some DraftKings, work 50 hours a week, and then I've got podcasting beside it. So yeah, I'm happy with my life and that. It's just but with predictors on here, there's a lot of other guys on here that obviously there's the Half the Battle guys. I've got a lot of time for Shaq and Dan especially. There's a whole different people, like you've got Brandon over there, you've got Mr. Arkansas, who's completely off the other side. Like, he is completely different to what I am. But there's a place for everybody on here. If you don't like me, you'll find one of the other guys that you like. If you don't like them, you might like me. Or you might like listening to my predictions, whatever. I've had some emails come through and say, look, I like you as you're a bit calmer. You obviously you're a fan of the sport, but like, there's something for everybody. There's the Gambling Addicts, Leighton, who's a guy over there on Facebook, the Betting Sharks page that I'm on. Really good cat. I like seeing these young channels come in and getting a lot of subscribers and building their channel. Like I say, I've got 3,000 subs. I'm more than happy with that, but I can see a lot of people going further on. Of course I would like to get more subs. That's what it is. But I'm a bit limited, like I say, because I'm a guy in front of a camera, where their guys can do graphics, they can do all this, they can do videos day in, day out. I can't. I just work my hours that I work, I'm all over the place. Got a family, something I could have did years ago. But like I say, you've got to live your life, and sometimes sitting in front of a camera, it shouldn't be that. There's things there going, like I'm in Scotland, nature here is beautiful, the weather might not be beautiful half the time, but yeah, go out and enjoy that. So Michael, I subbed, I appreciate that, thank you brother. Let's get back to the chat, sorry. Art Bell, Are you stepping in for Nate Diaz? No, I'm not. I'm not fighting shit. I can't. I can just windmill. I would take these bad boys off. I would just be like winging away. Bisping said he did a lot of subs for 8 months. He did not test. He questions tainted excuse. All right, okay, interesting. We'd like to see a 2 cents on Askin versus Maya. Maya. I like Maya. I think it's a pick 'em fight. It's weird because I actually think that Maya, Askin will definitely get takedowns early. I think Maya will get back to his feet. I think he will sweep it. I think he will reverse. I think that he can get to like a front headlock position, get back to his feet, and then all in all, it's going to be a stand-up fight. And then I think Maya's got the advantage there. I can maybe see Maya getting Askren down at points if he can get his hands into position, get the angle maybe off the cage or whatever. It's going to be tough, but I just like Maya, and I like the bet. I like the value at like plus 160. Now it might turn out that Ben might just completely ride him top pressure for the entirety of the fight, and he could do that. But I like some odds I see in some fights I see. Some fights that I see, I just think it's going to be close. I like the odds. Like I always like odds run about plus 160. It's always a part of the odds bit that I like is like kind of 150 to 200. I like that region. I don't know why, but yeah. Favourite fight. I always go back to Clay Guida, Diego Sanchez. Always go back to Diego Sanchez and Clay Guida. I don't know why. Even like I loved the Nick Diaz Diego Sanchez fight, the Parisian fight that they had as well. Caro Parisian, way back in the day. If you never watched that guy, he was brilliant as well. I used to enjoy watching Caro Parisian. Sorry, I'm kind of missing out in the chat there, guys. Sorry. Let me go back and check this shit out. MMA Lock of the Night, a really good dude out there, I think in Canada and TO. Like I said, there's so many good channels. Like I said, there really is. And I like to try and support everybody. I always say, look, if you can, go and support those other channels. Help build it a little bit. Have more people come in. I'm always here for more people to come in and make these predictions. Yeah. I like more people to make these predictions. But like I say, some people don't like putting themselves out there and stuff like that. But yeah. He's in the chat, MMA celebrity. Yeah. Z's is a guy that we've spoke many times on Twitter, and I've supported him when he was way back. I can't remember when did you start making videos? Because you've been in and out for a little while as well. That's been a long time. So, got Nate Diaz and decent underdog odds, and now he's off the card. Yeah, that sucks when that happens. Where are we? Chris Bungard. I think there's more to come from Chris. I still think there's more to come from Chris. I don't think we've seen his night when he won against what's his name again? Terry. Oh buggery, I forgot his name. He beat Reese McKee. What's his name? Terry. I can't remember. Leon and Masvidal also got backstory. That's true. Love Frank Mir. I actually like Frank Mir tomorrow, but I'm not going to bet it because I bet him against Ayala and I got burned. So yeah, I'm kind of staying clear of that one. There's a bet I quite like. I actually quite like Douglas Lima, and I'm thinking about parlaying him with someone from the Cage Warriors card, Dean Truman. So Dean Truman and Douglas Lima possibly. So yeah. What's Askren best at? Well, pressure. But is he going to be able to pressure a guy that's probably always going to be in his wheelhouse, being on the ground? So I can see why you're saying that. See, yeah, I just like Maya. I like Maya at those odds, man. I really do. I think he's one of the more trickier guys. It might look easy, but it's never. I don't think it's as easy as it kind of looks in some aspects. Like Colby was beating him up and so on. So yeah, and he was popping off in Colby at parts of that fight as well. So Colby, Edwards and Masvidal does nowhere near the numbers. No, I actually feel really sorry. I've had a few people that I know are going to the event that reached out to me saying, is this true? And I was like, well, if Nate's putting it out there, who knows? So I'm hoping for their their case that they're not flying out next week to Masvidal Edwards, which is still a great fight and there's a backstory to it, but yeah, you want that fight. Yeah, you really, really do. Let me see, where are we? Oh, who just said that? Robbie Lawler, Rory McDonald. Holy shit. I was at that event. That was crazy. Yeah, that main card was absolutely like bonkers. I remember the first lots of the fight, like between the early fight pass prelims to the prelims, but okay, I was happy because Cody Garbrandt, I'm a big Cody Garbrandt fan, and then I think it was Tim Means, who was Matt Brown was the last fight there, and it started to pick up then, but then that main card is something I will never ever forget. Obviously, McGregor at the top against Mendes. You had Bermudez, Stevens, which was a crazy finish. But Almeida, Brad Pickett, it just it was a crescendo. It was going and going and going. It just wasn't stopping. But holy shit, that Robbie Lawler, Rory McDonald fight was crazy. I was sat with a couple of Canadians to my right. Obviously, there was Americans all dotted around us. I was sitting next to a friend from Vegas, actually, who was cheering on Robbie pretty hard. And obviously there was Irish everywhere as well, so it was like a really mixed bag of fans. It was crazy, and just the back and forth between them, everybody was crazy. And yeah, I'm going to have to go back and watch that fight. I'm going to bet on Douglas Lima. I'll have to go back obviously and watch the fight with Rory first of all, but obviously I'll watch that fight because if you're looking in Rory McDonald fights, then you have to kind of check that one out. So Stevie Ray, I think Stevie's in for a tough weekend. But he does look big, he looks huge, so yeah. Where are we? I think Paul Daly's a lock. I think he is. I think he'll beat Sead Awad, but I wouldn't lock him down. I don't know what his odds are. I'm guessing he's probably got quite a high odds there. Let me go and check that out actually. Are the odds actually out for him? No. That's Mir. Ah, there we go. Oh, minus 380. Oof, I want no part of that. Yeah. Fall of 2015. Call me mad, but I could see Ray beating MJ. I don't know, but MJ's he's kind of regressed a little bit. Stevie, I think's totally levelled out. Hate saying that obviously because I like Stevie immensely. Always been a really nice cat with me. His family's a really great family. His wife's lovely. I remember I've seen her at a few events where obviously he's won big fights, especially in Glasgow. That was amazing. And then obviously the other side of it when he got knocked out by Paul Felder, and it's rough to be around stuff like that. But that's the fight game for you. So got Mia Green, Maya as underdogs this weekend. A lot of people on Maurice Green. Obviously, I'm the other way, but I can see why you're on that you've got odds on your side, odds value. And he's getting better. He looks better every fight. He looks in great physical shape as well. I just think Pavlovich is gonna outmuscle him. I think he's gonna tie him up a little bit and then kind of win the fight through that. So that's where I'm going. Well, Ben Askren's landed 0 strikes in the UFC so far. It's a crazy stat, eh? And he's won a fight, which is even worse by landing 0 strikes. So yeah, Jeremy Stevens flying knee, best main card ever. I totally agree. Yeah. Either bet Stevie or a Scottish passport, hands in his Austin Powers fan. Well, it's an international man of mystery. Yeah. I think I'm going to start going to some events next year in and around Europe again. I definitely want to go to the Paris card. I think that the missus already said to the missus, like, would you like to come to Paris? And she was like, maybe. So I might get away with that there. If not, I'll be out there with a couple of guys that go to seemingly every UFC card. So who would I like to see? Conor McGregor. I just seen that come up there. I think Cowboy for me. I think Cowboy's the fight to make for me. Or if they're going to make, I either think it's going to be Cowboy or Frankie Edgar. That's the two fights I think it could be. I don't think it's Gaethje. I don't think he wants Gaethje coming straight out the bat as his first fight back. I don't see it after a year away. I think someone like Cowboy could play into his wheelhouse. Striking battle, obviously if it goes to the ground, Cowboy's got a massive advantage there. But Cowboy, he's in a rough spot at the minute. A couple of knockout losses, big losses. But you know that guy's game to fight anybody. So, yeah. I think the Cowboy one makes sense. I'm just interested to see if it's going to be a pay-per-view. Because they've obviously got a pay-per-view December 14th, a big card with 3 title fights. And then you've got, I think they've got one more card in South Korea, but then they're probably going to be coming back for that January 18th card. I don't think they're going to have a card before that from people that I've been asking. But yeah, you'd have to think it'd be a pay-per-view. But who knows? Especially being in Vegas, it makes sense. So yeah. Yeah, interesting that. I found it weird how he announced that he's coming back in Russia. It made no sense to me. I was wondering what that was all about, and especially with no UFC brass there, and whether he was trying to get one over the UFC or kind of push them into a position where they make the fight or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? I'm just happy to see him back fighting. I really am. Yeah. Anybody else you're backing in Bellator other than Lima? I'll probably not be watching any other fights regarding that. Let me see. Who else is fighting actually? Kind of think Jason Jackson's got a shot against Ed Ruth. I think that minus 335 is a bit of a big line tomorrow night. Who else is fighting? Patrick Mix. He's a great fighter. Keep an eye on that kid coming up. Even though he's got a massive, he should be an easier kind of fight from here. Robin van Roosmalen's fighting. Oh, I had no idea. Interesting. Yeah. No. If anything, I'll be betting Douglas Lima. Well, actually, Douglas Lima's lines came down. He was minus 175 over here, so minus 155 in the States. That might be a straight play instead of parlaying him up, so. What was that I just seen regarding? Ariel just said what? Who's going to replace Nate next weekend? Ariel is saying that the Diaz fight isn't cancelled. UFC is probably doing everything to try and keep him on it. Well, everybody wants him to stay on it. It's kind of weird. Next week's going to be a rough card for me because I can't watch any of the card by the sounds of things. Next week I've got a really busy week. I'll be working pretty much every day. I'll be working 7 days next week. I've got a massive stock take thing where I've got to count everything in my chosen place of work. And it's going to take a long time. So it's going to be, I actually think I'm working 9 days in a row. Could be wrong. No, in fact, I'm working 7 on and then off for 2. On for 2, then off again. So, yeah. That's what happens. So, got to work, got to make your money, I suppose, and teach this little daughter of mine that she has to work for everything that she's going to get. And so, yeah. But yeah. I'm looking forward to watching some early fights this weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing Evloev. I really like that cat. I like the young Russian guys like Sarukian and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of those guys. I just like the skill sets. Who else am I looking forward to seeing? Kind of intrigued to see Luke Bunmi, to see what she looks like in the UFC. I think that she's kind of got a lot of hype when I look at Twitter and I see a lot of people throwing some kind of hefty money on her. I wanted to look at Luke Bunmi when she was plus 110. But then I thought, look, dude, I'd just rather sit back and just see how she looks in her debut. But there's a lot of money that I know a lot of people have put a lot of money in her, so on her, I should say. But yeah, interesting fact. I've been burned by Albu in the past. I bet her against Emily Whitmire, and that was a horrible feeling after that. So you like Gregor Gillespie to beat Lee. Well, actually, when I come off this, it's like 10 past midnight, so into Friday morning. That's the fight I'm going to go into. I've had what fights have I looked at? I've looked at the main event. I've looked at Blagoy and Derek Lewis. I've looked at the co-main event. I've looked at Arce and Dawodu. I want to look at Lyman Good and Rain Counter because there's a lot of people on Rain Counter plus money, and he's coming off a big performance against Nurdiev. So I'll probably watch a couple of fights tonight, maybe just the one fight. In fact, I know what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to watch Gillespie, Lee, and then I'm going to watch Douglas Lima. That's what I'm going to do. I'll watch a few fights of him and then get to bed probably about 3 a.m, 4 a.m. I managed to get a little bit of a lie-in on a Friday, so lie-in as in 9:30, 10 maybe, so yeah, I don't get all that much sleep anyway, so give me 5-6 hours and I'm usually quite good, so I'll watch those fights tonight after I come off. I just thought I was sat there watching some TV, I was watching some NBA stuff, and I thought I'll come on here and chat with you guys and see what's up and see if you've got any bets or see if you've got any hot takes this week or next week or future cards. And yeah, just come on and chat with you guys. It's something that I don't do enough of and I love to do more of, but obviously I have to chill and take some time for myself. And my fiance, she just went to her bed, so she must have seen me on here and she was like, I'm going to bed. So yeah, and I'm kind of tempted. Call of Duty is now officially out here in the UK. I'm kind of tempted to go on the PlayStation Network and get that downloaded and maybe play soon, but this time of year's busy with me and work and everything, so maybe wait till after the new year and jump back into that, play a few games. But yeah, so any questions, guys? Anything at all? What's your guy? Like I say, I want to know your guys' bets. I want to see what you've got going for this week, or DraftKings even. Where are you going on that? I'm thinking playing 3 lineups on DraftKings this week. I'm not even going to be playing that much. Just kind of garner an interest, and that's about it. So yeah, just going to have a little look at some of these betting lines, see if I've kind of moved any actually. See if any lines have drastically changed the last few hours. So there's money coming in at Alex White. Staropolis plus 150, that's went up. Dariush minus 155. Minus plus 160, so nothing much really. Yeah, what about next week? Let me see. So Darren Till plus 150. Gregor Gillespie minus 160. I actually thought, and I know it's still, 9 days away from the event, I actually thought people would kind of steam Gregor Gillespie, but of course it's not even fight week yet, so that could definitely happen. Makwan Americani plus 185. Edmund Shabazian minus 135. Oh, that's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to look into that one. What is Hakeem Julio Arce? Julio Arce plus 125, Dawodu minus 145. That's one of the... I can't believe that fight's opening the card next week. What a great fight that is, by the way. I like both guys. I like Dawood. I like his technique. I like his I just like his game. I think that obviously got caught by Danny Henry in his first fight, but since then he's so good with his striking, so fast. His footwork's fantastic. And just overall, I've always been impressed with his kind of hand speed, his combination shots. Can mix it up really, really well. Really good fighter. And like I say, I'm a big fan of Arce as well. Really liked. I think I don't want to say he struggled against Arosa last time out. I think that's one of the better fights he's had, and he was long, he was languid, he was in there, he was pushing Arce back, caught him with a couple of nice shots, but Arce was landing like the nice shot to the body and following up with the uppercut. Then obviously he was throwing that high kick, and Arosa just dipped into that head kick and got caught and got knocked out with it. But Marcus, what's happening, my man? I see you there. Yeah, great fight to start off the card. I'm looking forward to watching that on Sunday when I get the opportunity. So yeah. Richie's Rants radio show. I hope it's not for real, my brother. I really don't. I have Hakeem pretty solid. He's going to chew up the inside of that leg, and also he won't be able to get going. He's talking about his play for next week on Hakeem Dawodu. I think I've bet Hakeem a few times. I really like his style, but I actually think I'm on Arce as of right now. I don't know why. I just think that it's going to be a the kind of gist I get. I think it's going to be a close striking affair. I think it's going to be pretty close in strikes. And I just think it's going to be close in New York. I've actually kind of got it split, kind of going either side. But I actually quite like the number on Arce, and he's a guy that I've been kind of considering betting. But like I said, I don't think I want to bet anything before the start of next week. So that could be a fight on Sunday once I get a bit more time. I'll probably go back and watch again and see if it changes, because that's what happened with Salikov and Staropoli. I really actually liked Staropoli before I started really digging in and having a look at some of Salikov, but then it completely changed once I watched a bit more of Salikov, and that could happen with Arce and Hakeem as well. So I'm probably going to watch that one back on Sunday a little bit as well. I hear Leon Edwards, from what I'm seeing on Twitter and from a few people that are fairly close to Leon, it's like they paid him to kind of stay in shape for this camp and like train for like a fight coming up. So, and just in case something happened, and it looks like something happened. So yeah, I know he was going to be at Cage Warriors this weekend. I think Michael Eunice, one of the fighters he fights out at his gym, has got a fight in Cage Warriors. I know my good man John from MMA Huddle did an interview with Michael Eunice, Dean Truman, fighters that are on Cage Warriors this week. So yeah, like I say, everybody wants to see Masvidal Diaz. Nobody wants to see Leon Edwards, unfortunately. Even though it'd be a good fight, there's a bit of needle between him and Masvidal. Whether Masvidal would even take that fight, I don't know, depending on the numbers he's getting paid. Would he be getting the full number now that Diaz is not fighting? Who knows? But I want to see the fight. I'd rather see Nate Diaz against Jorge Masvidal. So yeah. Crazy. Yeah. Right, guys, if everybody's quiet, then I might go on and start watching some more fights and seeing what's going on with this tape and stuff. Gagne, Salikov and Evloev are solid bets this weekend. Thing is with Cyril Gane, it's like... in fact, you know what? I'm going to throw in some fights. Where is my phone so I can stream it to my TV? Oh, shit. 1 second, guys. I think I've left my phone at my backside in the kitchen, so... 1 second. Yeah, actually, no idea where my phone is, so that's a no-go. I was going to throw some fights on. Might see if I can actually get it through PlayStation. Not PlayStation. Through the TV here. What I did with my phone. Oh. Of course, I'm on my... I'm filming this through my phone. So, yeah, I was wondering where my phone was and it's right in front of me. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, let's see if I can actually do this. Give me a little second. Right, let me just get a little second here. I might be off for a little. Yancy Medeiros is always a guy I've liked watching fight. Really, really. I think he's always been a little bit suspect chinny wise, but he's always been a fun guy to watch. So yeah. Rob, I know you keep going on about this Youngie. Who's this guy? I had a couple of guys last week that were getting in touch with me to watch this guy, Rob Waddell. Let me know who this guy is, and I'll add him to the list of people that I'm going to start kind of keeping an eye on. UFC is 10:30 AM. Is that on TV, or does it start earlier than that? Which fight are we on? We are on Yancy Medeiros. I put Yancy Medeiros against Greg Gillespie, so maybe actually move this so it's more in the way of TV and looking right up there. Yeah, Gregor Gillespie's a little bit. No, I don't want to say he's a weird one, but he's a guy that you kind of totally forget about because he wins spectacularly, then he disappears for 6 months, and then obviously the buzz starts coming around when you watch his fights. So yeah. But obviously his skills, like I was a little bit worried when he first came out. He was taking a few shots, but his wrestling's exemplary. Like really good pressure, good grip strength, and the guy just looks a great fighter. He really does. But he's making that big step up against Kevin Lee next week, who's I think he's got something to prove coming into this fight, but I think it could be have all the kind of inklings of being a really close fight. Very close. It'd be interesting to see because I think Kevin Lee's he's very good with his wrestling, very good with his grappling. He can take a lot of guys down. He's very strong. I remember when I seen him in Glasgow actually, and he was like so. I remember I was watching him actually doing a little bit of just training, sparring while he was there. Not even sparring, just like grappling, or whatever. And the guys look so solid, ripped, really nice guy as well. I think we did an interview with him, me and John, in Northern Ireland a few years ago, in Belfast when he was fighting Mustafayev. Really great guy there. Obviously spoke with him in Glasgow again. Just always got time for you. I actually met him in. Keep going back to Vegas, but I actually ran into him in the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Vegas when I was watching Invicta, and he was fighting the week after, I think, in San Diego. So really nice kid then as well. So yeah. Because I don't think Kevin Lee's going to. I think he's got a fairly decent striking. I don't think it's out of this world, but I don't think he's going to completely be a striking advantage over Gregor. But we all know what Gregor really wants to do. He wants to get these hands on your hips, hands round your waist, and take you to the ground. But yeah, Bruce Buffer, G. So yeah. Vegas odds were plus 420 for Yancy Medeiros. So yeah. Undefeated 12-0 record. Minus 475 favourite. Yeah. Yep. Looking forward to watching this. What's the reach disparity? What's the reach for Kevin Lee next week, actually? Because I always think him as being quite long. Like, he went straight in there in a single leg and like absolutely reaped that. Yancey got back to his feet, straight to the hips, up against the cage and straight back to the single leg. And then he's got his hand round for the double, straight to the back. And then he gets the trip there. It's crazy how he's just chaining that there. And then he's really heavy on the waist there. Got the single leg wrapped up. Yancey's trying to gripe the hand away. It's not going to happen. And he's very heavy on the right side of Medeiros and just really hanging off him. And then Medeiros tries to roll, which is playing into a guy like Gillespie's wheelhouse with that, because he's literally not let go of the body lock. Not staying just grappling wise, throwing in knees as well. That just looks like so tiring. See, when you look at that, like his style, like the DC and John Anik are going about, and then he just rips Medeiros down. Medeiros tries to get back to the cage, and he's just giving him no time to really get a base, garner a base at all. Four and a half inch reach. I'm on Fight Metric right now. Actually, I was too busy looking. So Kevin Lee's the bigger guy. Right, saying here he's got 77-inch reach. I think that's a little bit too much for Kevin Lee, actually. 71 for Gillespie. Jesus, man, this death grip. And you see, like, if you watch the Medeiros fight there, he grabs it and then grabs his wrist close in. Medeiros tries to sweep. But then you're into the scrambling positions and you're not going to out-grapple it. You're not going to out-scramble someone like Gillespie, who's grabbing, he's reaping the ankle, and then he's pulling it up against the cage there. And then he's going back to the body lock. Big hand strength as well. Going back to try and put the hands behind the legs again, take him for a ride. But I love the way he does that. Like, he doesn't settle for the one position. Goes in for the legs. He's got trying to get both arms around the legs, obviously, but always goes back to that single leg. The hand on the bottom of the ankle. And Medeiros he really can't do anything but pull that hand away, but then he's giving up his back. That's crazy. Like, that guy's just got a hold of you and he's hard to... And then just the body lock takedown. Medeiros gets back to his feet. Trip. Medeiros kind of rolls through. And then Gregor's got his back. Just relentless, man. It really is. I love watching fighters like this. Because you look at little nuances like the way he grips the wrist around the body there. The ankle reap. Trying to get trips. Come up there with a knee. But it's the little things like the trips and like the hand strength. And the moving from like the double leg takedown to ultimately going back to the single leg. And now he's got him to the ground. Medeiros is still moving, but every time Gregor's got him there and he's just like tripping the leg and throwing him down. And that must be so tiring as a fighter. Craziness. He's totally tiring Yancey out here, like Z's saying there. He's sapping Yancey by just leaning on him. He's like literally, from the second he gets his hands on him in this first round, he never lets go. And he's always on him. That must be so tiring for a fighter. We're into the last 15 seconds here and he's still not let Medeiros get away from him at all. Must be so demoralising as a fighter. You've obviously got, you've worked on a game plan trying kind of combat what Gregor Gillespie's going to do, but ultimately you can't stop him from doing it. Now, Kevin Lee might be the type of fighter with some of the grappling chops that he's got to maybe do that, but I don't know. Like I say, you have to watch Kevin Lee. I've been impressed with his grappling over the years, his strength, with some of his submissions that he's had. Um, but yeah, just listen to Yancey's corner saying that they're doing good creating scrambles, but reset his distance. So obviously they want to use the reach, which is something that Kevin Lee might want to do a little bit. I think Gregor will outlast him in the grappling gas tank. I agree with you there. He just looks the real deal. He looks like a top 5 fighter to me, Gregor Gillespie. It's been like that since I seen him come into the UFC. Start a second round. Yancey comes out, he's just flicking a few kicks, trying to establish range. Throws a right hand and Gregor responds with a right as well. Oh, nice combination from Gregor there. Right, left, started with the body, went up high with the left. But he's just moving Yancey. Yancey's going in that singular circle there, and then he's straight in the legs there. Yancey tries to sprawl, not even close. Backing in that ankle. That trip, that's crazy. I love those little things like the trips and so on. Straight to the back. You cannot stop this guy, cannot get him off him, can't reap the hands. He can't even turn his back against the cage to maybe... Oh my god. It's so relentless. What was Gregor Gillespie? How many takedowns did he get in this fight? Gregor Gillespie. 6 takedowns. Past 7 times. Now like he caught that leg there, he tied the leg up and then got the leg over for the mount, but Yancey kind of moved to his side to kind of break that. I tell you what, for a minus 475 favourite, he looks all that and more against an established UFC guy in Yancey Medeiros. And now it's moved into the mount position where he's got the triangle in. Not really triangle, but high pressure with it, with the shoulder right into his chin. Yeah, Yancey can do nothing. Back on the ground. Going for the head and arm. But like Yancey's just got nowhere. He's got, like, he can't breathe. Couple of elbows, getting Yancey to move into position. He's also got a hold of the wrist. Ground and pound. Yeah. Minus 150. When you look at this, it's a good number. I mean, I know that Kevin Lee's different from Yancey, but this is like an absolute mauling on Yancey Medeiros. I forgot it was this dominant. He's tied up the hand, heavy on the back. Yancey managed to get to his feet, so Gregor slides off. Yeah. Getting a little opening and get caught with the hands could happen. Gregor looks like he could go for 25 minutes. Easily. Just never lets go of this dude. Got the body lock in, just delivering knees to the side of the ribs there. Got the back. Again, wrist control. Got the back in, got him bodied down. Greg Gillespie just raining punches. Stopped at the end of round 2. I mean, what? Minus 475 and looking every bit of that and more. And Yancey, even though he's shaking his head at the end of that there, he had nothing. He had absolutely zero for Gregor Gillespie in any aspect. That's crazy. John Anik just said Yancey had a takedown defense of 83%. 83%. That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. Style is very low risk. It's true. Yeah, I think, guys, I'm gonna leave yous, and I'm gonna actually sit back and watch some more Gregor Gillespie fights, because that was entertaining. So I think I'm gonna go watch his back catalogue of fights, and I'll be back soon enough. Right, guys, I appreciate everybody for sticking around here and listening to me babble on about fights, and especially the last 15-20 minutes with Gregor Gillespie here. But that was fun to watch. I'm going to watch more on Gregor. Z, my man, thank you for just chatting in here with me. Jump in the DMs anytime, we can chat. But guys, thank you very much. I'll be back. If I don't see you, if I'm not around for another video before then, I doubt I will be. I'll be back maybe Sunday, Monday for UFC 244 picks. Until then, I wish you all the best. Enjoy the fights. Enjoy any fights you're going to watch. And like I say, prayers out to Randy Couture. Hopefully that guy gets better and hopefully pulls through for the sake of fight fans and his family. All the very best. Peace.